Katsumoto is eagerly anticipating his hearing date in episode 6 to learn whether or not his career is about to end. In contrast, Thomas Magnum and Juliet Higgins look into a guy their client believes committed a homicide. Magnum's friends discovered he was having a secret relationship with Juliet at the beginning of the episode. They discovered her necklace under his bed. Kuma wasn't completely certain the guys were correct about this one. She believed there were numerous explanations as to why Juliet's necklace might have been found there. Juliet did indeed live there. She managed it. There might be a logical answer for why that necklace is there, given that she also collaborates with Magnum as a private investigator. Like any other girl, she was eager for Juliet and Magnum to start dating. Without their own confirmation, she simply wasn't going to believe it. Only Rick and TC were certain that the two were sharing a bed. The fact that they were correct in their assumption that it was true didn't harm either. Juliet and Magnum are paired up. They had spent years hiding their emotions, but they were now happily married. When they disagreed on how to handle a situation, it was challenging because they were still co-workers. They got a cryptic letter in the mail containing a few $1,000s instructing them to look into Jack Hill. Their newest customer thinks Jack committed a murder. The customer omitted their name and return address. They merely sent the two private investigators the necessary for Jack would unintentionally point them in the direction of their customer. Magnum decided to enter the man's house. In order to learn more about their customer first, Juliet believed they should run DNA from the letter. In the end, they agreed to go our separate ways. The customer was a female with red hair and blue eyes, Juliet later discovered. She also discovered that the message was sent from the island's King's Medical Hospital. In the meantime, Mangum discovered that Jack had just had his appendix removed at King's Medical Center. Additionally, he had numerous photographs of a lady, but no women's clothing in his closet. Magnum contacted Juliet to inform her of his findings. When she shared what she had discovered with him, the clues they had discovered made logic. They located their customer as well. Dr. Sally Cates was her name. She practiced anesthesia. When she placed Jack to sleep during surgery, he revealed something. They will never find her body, he admitted. Sally raised the issue with the hospital administration. They informed her that the situation was too ambiguous for her to contact the authorities. She then contacted some private detectives because she needed to establish whether or not she was mistaken. And since they investigated what she had heard, Magnum and Juliet at least hadn't discounted it. They looked into Jack. He was a previous police officer, they learned. They inquired about him from their close friend Gordo because he quit the police force before he could retire. Gordo informed them of Jack. An aneurysm caused the unexpected death of Jack's wife. After she passed away, Jack started to disintegrate and he started dating a prostitute. To his superiors, the guard made a complaint about him. He consented to end their relationship, and that was that. Magnum and Juliet now believed there was a chance he may have murdered the escort. She was sought after. They also discovered that she was still living. Amber claimed that initially, Jack was a pleasant customer. He had no desire to bet her. All he desired was to talk to her and occasionally sleep next to her. Even clothing that she could wear during their meetings was brought by him. Then, when she made the decision to alter the way she styled her hair, everything changed. She was a natural brunette who made the decision to chop off and color her hair golden. None of her other customers voiced any objections to the shift. Only Jack freaked out on her, and he appeared to be about to become aggressive. That's why she complained about him to his supervisor. After she protested to Jack's boss, he stopped bothering her. Amber had been accurate about him, though. She had been right to be concerned that he posed a threat to others. Amber had resembled his late wife quite a bit when she was a redeed. Jack attempted to have the same kind of relationship with her that he had with his wife, and when that didn't work out, he might have tried again. Magnum looked up missing women after he ceased seeing Amber, and Juliet did the same. They resemble his late wife, he thinks. They learned that Jenny Davis was employed by the coffee shop he once frequented, and that she vanished a few days after he ceased going there. Magnum and Juliet began making inquiries. That coffee shop is owned and managed by Jenny's family. She vanished while she was working alone. Since then, nobody has seen or heard from her. Jack had done something to her, as Magnum and Juliet were aware. He was attempting to recapture his previous relationship with his wife. Magnum resorted to Detective Childs for assistance, as did Juliet. They were unable to show Jack was responsible because all of the evidence was speculative, but Jenny's family believed she should be allowed to be buried, so they convinced a detective to assist by appealing to his higher morals. Detective Childs has previously eliminated dishonest police. He was able to repeat it. When the investigator spoke with Jack, he persuaded him to come in and assist them with a cold case. After placing Jack in an interrogation room with pictures of Jenny on the table, Childs eventually abandoned the act. "Where was her corpse?" he inquired. He claimed that everyone was aware of Jack's attempts to win back his wife, and he even claimed to have lost his own wife. He was working on Jack because he confessed before going on to pass away from a heart attack. Jack acknowledged Jenny's continued existence. Magnum had apparently overlooked a secret chamber in Jack's home. Later, Jenny was freed from the home where she had been imprisoned. She was informed that her abductor was no longer alive. She also got to see her relatives again. After a successful disciplinary hearing, Gordo will be reinstated to HPD, it was later disclosed. And TC and Rick made the decision to cease dragging their feet. When they questioned Magnum about Juliet, he admitted that they were now dating.